Hello everyone. So I'm Artemis and I've got some great news. I've been thinking about this for quite some time, and I'm one of those people, I've always been dreaming about having a bit of land, having a bit of a small holding and living off grid. And I'm working full time. I've got my own business. I'm bringing up two kids, and every penny that you get just seems to be sucked away by rent and bills and everything else. And it just, I don't know whether you can ever fulfill that dream. And so I've had a little bit of a chance, and I rent a bit of land on a farm. And I half jokingly said to the chap who I rent off that, well, I'll bring the caravan down and we'll live in it. And he said, yeah, no problem. He's got the permissions there, so it's fine for me to do it. And even though I was joking, I thought, like, wow, just twigged in my head, like, why don't I do this? And so at the moment I'm renting like a 4-bed house, and they've just put the rent up again, and I've just like, I can't keep on doing this. I've been on the waiting list for a council house, not even the waiting list for the council house. I've been on a waiting list to get on the waiting list. It just to process my application. That's been like 2-year process, and they've just turned around and said, no, you can't have one. And so I don't know. This is going to be the start of my journey to try and go from living in a house and rented home and going off grid, hopefully saving enough money to buy my own land and build a small holding, and hopefully pass that on to my kids one day. So it's already started. I've bought myself a caravan. I've got myself a static. It's a beautiful little thing with 3 bedrooms, nice big living room, quite modern. It's got gas central heating, double glazes and everything. And I've got the plumbing sorted out. It's got water right next to where I'm going to site it. And I've got a solar power system. Well, I'm going to have a solar power system. I've got a few panels that my friend's going to borrow me for a little while. He has some spare that he's not using right now. And so I've got 4 solar panels. So I'm going to use them to get myself a system. I've got a container there, so I've got to insulate and board the back of the container to make like a little bit of a solar room to put batteries in, and everything else, the charge controller and inverter and all that. It's going to be a massive learning curve. There's gaps in my knowledge. I'm quite handy, but there's going to be a lot to learn. There's going to be a lot to overcome. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. And I suppose this is the start of my journey. Welcome aboard.